can't even buy a cone. That's the annoying thing. How are y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? So we're here today with Kingdom Chapter 496, 497, 498, 499, and 500. We're actually gonna reach 500. By the way, look what I've... Let me just hide this. Look what I've got today in the mail. Haha. Pokemon cards. Yes, I bought myself some Pokemon cards. I like a... I really want to talk about this. I had like a £5, which is the British currency, like an eBay voucher, like a free £5 eBay voucher. And I was like, "Ugh, I don't know of anything that costs like less than £5 that I could spend, and I don't want to pay any money, so I'm gonna buy something that's like cheaper than £5. Use the £5 voucher and get it for free, basically." And I was like just randomly just typing in things. I was like, oh, Pokemon cards. Maybe I get lucky and I get like a very rare card that I can then sell. Well, I didn't get a very rare card. That's the starters. Here's the cards that I did get for those guys that play Pokemon. I don't really play Pokemon. That's the thing. I just thought maybe I can get a rare card and then sell them. It didn't happen. I probably should have just like gotten something else. I don't know. Like I don't know. Right? But like these are the cards I've gotten. Actually, it doesn't matter because none of them are rare. They're all just like very basic. I think. Again, I'm not that familiar. But like the little bit that I do know, I didn't get much. That's not what we're here to do, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to actually reach the big 500 of Kingdom Chapter 496 to 500. Man, today was one of those weird days. Like today was one of the few times. Like generally, I don't really record ahead, but like today was like one of the few times I really wanted to read. Same thing happened yesterday, actually. But Manga was down. Coronavirus isn't us all. I shouldn't say that word. Because apparently, like, saying the word coronavirus or COVID-19 just disables like your video. Apparently, that's what everyone's like. Just has the titles of like the virus. Not doesn't actually name it. They're just like, who could survive the virus? Like, bro, come on. People are dying of the virus, and you're making which Nintendo character could survive the virus? Like, come on, bro. Like, come on now, really. People are dying of the virus. I know we make jokes about everything. Granted, right? And I'll give it like a month or two and I'll make jokes about this too. But not right now when people are still suffering, alright? Let's just calm down, alright? Let's just relax a little bit. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Kingdom. Last time we read Kingdom, basically what happened was, it's actually very, very simple, to be totally honest. Last time what happened was the fact that Riboku is a bigger threat than we all thought, hey? I mean, not me personally. I was like, nah, Riboku is a big threat, but like a bigger threat than the characters thought. That's basically what it boils down to, you know, just saying. We all, none of us were like, oh no, Riboku, he's nobody. No, none of us were like that. Let's be totally honest. We were all like, he's a massive threat. But like now, you know, okay, we're gonna basically go do a suicide mission just to go up that guy, just to go up against that guy. It's like, ooh, yeah. Shin has some very smart people. Can we like? I know it likely won't happen, but can we like basically pay Riboku? Be like, yeah, Riboku, want to come on that side? If we have Riboku, I don't think any side in any country could really do anything. But he's not switching. He was even like, yeah, you know what? Under any different time, I probably would have been on your side. I would have loved to happily serve under you, but nah. Well, I don't want to have war. We could just have alliances. But nope. That's not what the king is all about. The king is all about war. So let's do war. Yeah, it wouldn't be Kingdom without war. Usually I say it wouldn't be Kingdom without decapitation, but we're not at that point yet. We're getting there. Once the war starts, that's when the decapitation happens. We're all waiting for it, alright? I need to get down a slogan and print down a t-shirt or something. Regardless, folks, chapter 496, a beginning of... One second, let me just put my pillow here, because then I can put my mouse there. Does it work? Yes, it does. Alright, chapter 496, beginning of the turbulence. Seems like it is actually starting right now. 10th year of reign. Having emerged triumphant in the Battle of Kokyo, the state of Shin turned its attention inwards. Oh, are we getting like a... I don't think so, because we just had one. Like a political... I wouldn't even know how a political thing would happen right now, because there's no political opponents really, but who knows? Turned its attention inwards towards domestic affairs. Some say that this was the year that Shin would take its first step forward following the shocking events of Roai's rebellion. With Ryufui's involvement in the Roai rebellion exposed, he was stripped of... Is he gonna be decapitated? While the Queen Mother, who had been confined in the city of Yo, returned to Kanju's Kansen's place. Highness, welcome back. we had that moment with Ace telling her that like her child was still alive, but she was asleep. But I'm assuming Ace did tell her like while she was awake too, right? Because when he said that she was asleep, so I don't know whether she actually knows or whether she doesn't. I would assume that she knows, because otherwise there'd be no point in saying it, because if she woke up and he's like, oh, I should have said it, I'm sorry. So I'm assuming she's awake. That's my assumption here. Sorry, not that she's awake, that she knows about it, I think. Inside the royal court, a number of nobles too incompetent to achieve a number of nobles too incompetent to achieve positions of prestige banded together. So it's who cares about these incompetent fools? Both Roy and Ryufui were from other states, really now. That's why they cause so much trouble. A nation should be governed by its natural kings and nobles. That's right. Jealous and coveting the positions of high-ranking officials of foreign roots, they devised an edict to expel all foreigners in immigrations from Shin. You had a lot of you complete imbeciles, but with a single roar from Rishi, both them and the edict vanished from the stage. Is the powerful Shin of today not a result of meritocracy regardless of one's origins? Let me look at Shin. I personally, I am a huge fan of meritocracy, honestly. One should be rewarded for their achievements, which is why actually, personally, I've always been a fan of commission-based work, where like if you put in a lot of work, where you work hard, you try your best, you make more than someone else, regardless of how well you do, regardless of... Let me rephrase that. I've always been a fan of commission-based work simply because, if you work 10 times harder than someone else, you're getting paid more, or you should be getting paid more in theory because of that. It's not the case where like you can work, or you can be lazy and you still get paid as much as like the most hardworking person in the world because you're both on the same salary. It's none of that nonsense. It's basically like I work hard, I get paid a lot. That's basically why I like meritocracy in today's society, of course. So that's just I like meritocracy, honestly. It's one of my favorite things. Like nepotism and all these kind of things, I'm not a huge fan of, honestly. I laugh at it if it happens to me. I'm like, yeah, good nepotism, I love it. But like generally, I'm not a fan of it. Obviously, when it happens to me, I'm like, oh, good stuff. Nepotism. I've always loved nepotism, but like when in general, I'm not like nepotism. Get rid of that. Anyway, thus the season turned to winter, and days of peace continued. Sorry, Ko-chan, are you okay? I'm fine, just got some in my eye. And then the curtains would finally rise on the turbulent 11th year of Sei's reign, concentrated inside this one small building. All of Shin's wildest ambitions come together. They're all thinking, all the strategists are hard at work. Damn it! We're getting nowhere. It doesn't matter how many times we try, we keep getting destroyed by Kantan's defense units before we can get past Gyo's walls. Okay, well, I would say send a Wildcat out there, and the Wildcat in this case is probably Osen. Send a Wildcat out there, see what he can do. Are you alright, Shobun-kun? I'm fine. We brought back Moki, who has seen prodigious growth in the last few years, but not 10. Not Kaio 10. Okay. And to prevent any information from leaking, only the four of us have been tackling the problem of how to take down Gyo. But we can't find even the slightest spark of a successful man. Get an idiot in here. Get Shin. That sounds kind of rude of me to say that, but get Shin in here, right? Sometimes the smartest people in the world can't see the simplest things. It reminds me of like a famous quote by like Bill Gates, who said something along the lines of, I think it was Bill Gates at least that said the quote. I hire the stupidest people. I hire the laziest people for certain positions because they will find a way to do the task that we need to do in the minimal effort as much as possible. So they'll find shortcuts because they are lazy. So they'll work hard finding shortcuts so that they can be lazy but still accomplish the task. And it's like, do something complicated simple. They're able to like do something that's complicated and find a simple way around it just because they're so focused and driven in being lazy. It's actually beautiful. When I read that was when I was like 15. I was like, damn. So I'm actually a prodigy because I'm lazy. Damn. Thank you for Bill Gates. At least I think it's Bill Gates because it was like a Facebook post back when everyone used Facebook when I was 15. It could be just one of those fake Facebook quotes. Who knows? Anyway, Back during the Coalition War, we were just barely able to come up with a workable plan. Compared to back then, we've had plenty of time to dedicate to this task. But even with a year of brainstorming, our efforts have borne no fruit. Perhaps attacking Yo really is too reckless of a plan after all. Shoei-kun, I understand that the four of you are tackling a highly difficult problem, but so long... Let me just move the microphone a little bit closer because it's always on a low setting, so I don't know how well you can pick me up. Hello. We don't want ASMR though. But I understand that the four of you are tackling a highly difficult problem, but so long as you do not have a working plan of attack to show me, I cannot and will not give the order for invasion of Gyo. I understand, sire. Moki, if you had to pick one, what would be the biggest issue we need to deal with? Supply and logistics of all. Well, it is... Makes sense. It is they did say it's a war of attrition, essentially, like a long-term war, so supply and logistics makes sense. Usually in war, what do they do if they had on supply? Usually they take food spoils as well, and you have to raid the villagers, but like, even then, if you can't breach it, then you can't raid it, so... That makes a ton of sense, actually. To set up a supply chain that stretches as far from the front lines as Gyo would take a substantial amount of time. Due to that, the Zhao army is sure to realize fairly early on that we're aiming for Gyo, and send out their defense armies only shortly after. Then let's start with the assumption that there won't be a supply chain. But that's far so basically you have to take it over quickly, like very quickly, like super quickly, to the point where you won't run out of supply. It's like a gorilla starting. Oh, no. It's more like an arrow. But that's far too dangerous, sir. We need to examine just how dangerous this may be, Sensei. We're searching for a path that no one can see. You can tell he's getting older just by the beard. There is sure to be an entrance somewhere that will lead us to the answer we seek. I told you to not leave any gaps. So the Haitian unit is getting stronger. Good, I like that. Now you've gotten split up. Shit, you're too far out, moron. Yeah, you need to move as a squad. Move too far out and you'll get ganged up on. Still no news from Shoei-kun? That's the old tortoise formation, you idiots. Yeah. Back during the end of the year, he sent us a message telling us to pick up the pace on the training of our new troops. Yeah, they're going to be the unit that's going to be sent out. A personal message from Shoei-kun. So I figured he was going to send the Haitian unit to the front lines as soon as the new year came. But there's been no word at all since then. No, not like that. Watch me, just the prodigies at the... I want to be an archer. Like, archery and sword. If I was in those times, archery and sword. Sword because it requires so much, like, graceful movement. And so much skill. Like, a skilled swordsman can easily beat, like, 10 swordsmen. And like archery because it also requires I like skill-based things, right? But archery, like, it requires a lot of skills. These are two things that I really do wanna. Well, I've held a sword in my hand. I played around with, so a friend of mine owns a sword, and he owns two swords. And like we used to always fight when we were children. Yeah, I know. He had like a sword. And whenever I visited him, like we would just like mess around with the swords, which is kind of dangerous as children, I guess. But you know, as children, you don't really care. You watch like back then, I watched like One Piece on TV while I was a child. Saw like Zoro with his 3 swords. I was like, yeah, swords are so cool. We just like and actually fought around. We never actually cut each other, but like we really went at it basically. So it's like, you know, you're fighting. Like, you like in your mind, you're like, okay, I can stop in time. Like if I were to actually like able to cut him, I could stop in time. Probably wouldn't happen in real life, but that's at least what we had in our minds. Anyway, I would love to learn archery and sword. Then pull back and let it go like a whoosh. That's actually one of the few reasons why I would like want to move to America, just to be able to like buy weapons, aka swords. But hey, that's all I'm gonna say to that. So, anyway, archery. Then pull back and let it go like a whoosh. Tick. Just hits the center. See? Nope. We didn't get it at all. You know what this reminds me of? Haikyuu. Oh shit, and not to spoil Haikyuu, right? But there's a character there that's like a very prodigious in like one area, and the way they describe what they do is like by, okay, I'm gonna do for those guys that, yeah, that you know who I'm talking about. For those guys that watch Haikyuu, you know who I'm talking about. But yeah, it's the same as thing like here, like he's just prodigious. and hardworking, so they don't really understand. You got them air full of teaching, aren't you? Kaio 10, the archers aren't getting anywhere if we don't move east from Kokyo soon. Zhao's defenses are only going to get even stronger. None of our other big armies seem to be making any movements either. What exactly is Sensei up to? Shouldn't you be able to... So he's not at that point, I guess. To be able to recognize what's going on. Oi, Dan, switch out with your bro and teach him. Sure. First, well, you need to pull back, then let it go like whoosh. Basically, the exact same thing. Anyway, have they found a strategy? I'm assuming that peace over the city means that they found a strategy that can breach it. 20 li east of Kokuyo, Shin, past the Zhao-Shin frontline borders. Around 8 to 10 kilometers, 5 to 6 freedom units. Freedom units. Oh my, who? Turnip farmers, eh? 8 to 10 kilometers. This is pretty bad. Damn it, we're getting to the most. Damn it, so it was true. They weren't the size of a city there last year. It's not that big, but it's still not going to fall to anything less than an army. I had heard about Ribaku's fortification plans, but I never imagined it would be to this degree. Even if it's premature, we really need to start moving out from Kokyo so we can interfere with Zhao's plans. Otherwise, the whole of Western Zhao is going to end up in a stalemate, Sensei. So what's the plan? They noticed us. Really? Are you sure that's the enemy, not your friends? They noticed us, but there's not that many of them. No problem, we can take them on easy. That'll just lead to needless casualties on our part. We came too far out on our own. Let's head back to Kokyo. Yes, sir. Moten-sama, a messenger. This far out. It's from Oh, there we go. They've found a strategy. A top priority message from the chief. From Sensei. The Gakuka unit is to remain in position at Kokyo, but Moten-sama is to hurry back to Kanyu immediately. Why do you need to leader? Huh? Is this going to be a meeting of like the leaders? Like the captains and commanders and whatnot? Wei Shin frontlines. Ho plains. I'm assuming... It seems like it's going to happen to Ohon too. These Wei bastards aren't budging as usual. Maybe it's about time we went to them instead. It's been ages. Don't be rash, Koki. Sir, top priority message. Ohon-sama, orders from the chief for you to return to Kanju as soon as possible. And I'm assuming that's going to happen to the Shin, Enben, Haishin unit training. Yeah, it's going to happen to all of them. They're still training. They've learned how to move together as one now. Damn, there's too much of a gulp. There's too much of a gap individually. They're rolling right over us. Oh, what's the matter, senpai? Why don't you stop us if you can't? No, he's just like, nah, son, come on, bro. Come on. He's like, out of my way. Out of my way. They're flying in the air like, come on. Captain, Mess Volunteer Chief, he wants you and with Kaio 10. Kaio 10 makes sense because he's the strategist. To head on over to Kanju tomorrow. So, is it only them three or is it everyone? I would assume it's everyone. Ohon, Moten, you guys got the call too? So it would seem. Ohon is like, bro, get on my level. It's like, come on, son. But what would be important enough to summon the two of you all the way from the front line step? I see you've all arrived. There are matters we need to discuss. Come. I have a bad feeling about this. Basically, you're going to be launched into a suicide mission. That's basically all it is. Right. Come on, by the way, if you can hear some background noise, I do apologize, the heater is on, so, it is what it is. I don't think you can hear it, because, again, the microphone is always on low, very low, so it only barely picks up anything. But if you can hear it, I do apologize, as I always say. Right. Come on, you three. Let's go. Don't act in charge when you were the lowest here. Who are you calling the lowest, huh? Classism going on, as usual. Classism. Who doesn't like class? Who doesn't like classism, I'd say. Anyway, chapter 497. Intention behind the gathering. So let's see. What? We're attacking Gyo? The unveiled plan from gathering knowledge and will. Gyo? Wait. Where is that? I figured you would say that. The city of Gyo would be this right here. Isn't that Kantan city above it? Yep, Kantan is Zhao's capital. Bit clearest, aren't they? Probably around 2 days of marching. Attack Gyo? Ha! What do you mean by this, Smokey? Something like attacking Gyo right off the bat is simply outrageous. Why are you shushing him? What do you think, brother? Okay, let's see what the prodigy has in mind. Ohon and they're both thinking. They're both thinking, but like you'd think Kaio 10 would also be like, interesting. Let's see why. Yeah, it's completely insane, but also pretty interesting. What do you mean by that? I mean, honestly, most of our options for an invasion of Western Zhao have already been blocked off by this point. He saw the defense, he saw the fortifications, so that makes sense. What are you saying, Moten? Didn't we just spend all our effort to take Kokyo last year? That's right. Hasn't Kokyo been built up to become the key linchpin for the Western Zhao campaign? Except Riboku's fortifications have been even faster and more formidable. But it would seem that while I was worrying about that during my post at Kokyo, Sensei had already turned his attention toward thinking of a way out of this messy situation. Phew, Sensei really is something else. Leaving aside whether or not taking down Gyo is actually possible, to use the entire Western campaign as a feint to pounce upon Gyo and immediately go for Kantan's throat is something even the Riboku would be hard-pressed to predict. Leaving aside, huh? Of course he'd be snarky. The question of whether or not it's possible is the most important question of all. Ohan, glass half empty as usual, Ohan. Of course. Not only is Gyo the second largest city after Kantan, it's also close to the military cities around the capital. No matter how you look at it, attacking Gyo is nothing more than a suicide mission. What? He's right. I assure you, we have no intention of simply sending you off to your deaths. Regarding that, you must trust us in our judgment after all, the planning and simulations we have done. Really now? In that case, assuming we are able to draw Zhao's attention westwards, when successfully reach Gyo, we will then inevitably have our supply... it's the exact same thing that they were worrying about. We will then inevitably have our supply lines cut off along with our path of retreat. And while being faced with enemies of all sides from Gyo and the various armies from Kantan, Atsuyo, and Ryoyo, you're telling me you have a plan to deal with that as the worst possible scenario then? Okay, here's the thing. Gyo and the various armies from Kantan, Atsuyo, and that's four. Because I was gonna maybe they take over Gyo, and then they're like, okay, each of your armies, one of them attacks Kantan, one of them attacks the armies from Kantan, the other from Atsuyo, and the other from Ryoyo. Basically like that, like split them off into 3 groups essentially. That's what I think is gonna happen. That's why they call all 3 of them, because you're all successful, you all are different. The Hishin is probably the most aggressive, like the most strong aggressively as a unit. So I think they would be good as like for the initial push against Gyo. Not so much in a defensive battle, I guess. I'd prefer if you didn't bully my little brother too much, Ohan. To me, it feels like the whole reason you had Moten and I recalled here was because you lack confidence in your plan. I'm here too. Shit, just ignore Ohan, alright? Just ignore him. Just ignore him, alright? The guy don't matter, alright? He don't matter, he's a troll. The reason why the 3 of you were summoned here was not because of a lack of faith in the strategy, but because your 3 units will play an important role in what is to come. There we go. That's going to be your promotion of chance. As I'm sure you know, Gyo is located within the Zhao capital of Kantan's defense zone. As to the question of how Zhao's defense will react to an invasion of Gyo, we've naturally conducted numerous simulations and devised a number of counters. But our enemy is Riboku. Exactly. It's a given to assume that he possesses some hidden assets apart from the forces we observe now. In other words, something outside our expectations is certain to occur on the field. Hence, what will prove to be crucial is the ability to make appropriate judgment calls on this small units. They can like adapt. That's basically what it's all about. Small guerrilla warfare style units. Appropriate judgment to that end. The 3 of you and your respective units have been given the status of being independent mobile strike force since your early days, all in the effort of nurturing that ability. That's what it's about. A large army wouldn't be able to just like adapt. Like, well, I say that, but then I think about how the last war that we had, where like one whistle and they just like just run away like wild rabbit dogs. So I don't. Large units can do that too, under certain specific leaders. But like these are obviously experts at that. However, if you were to abuse your rights to act freely without being aware of the overall meaning behind your strategy, you're bound to commit some fatal error inside. That's what it's about, informing about everything. Which is why you gathered the 3 of us here to drill the plan into our heads. Though you 3 may only be 5,000 man commanders now, to be blunt, we expect greater things out of you than the other... Alright, let me leave it. chill. Let me repeat that. Though you're free, hon, we know. My boy Shin, hey, we know. And Moten. Okay, we know. Though you're free, my only 5,000 people. That's an only, right? It's only 5,000 people. Although you're free, may only be 5,000 man commanders for now. To be blunt, we expect greater things out of you than the other generals. Yo Tanwa, nah. Mobu, nah. You free, yeah. Shunbunken. But do not think of these as expectations to be fulfilled, but absolute requirements that must be met. Because if you are not able to live up to your tasks, then this attack on Gyo will, without any shred of doubt, end in abject failure. All you have to say is we expect a lot of you therein. I mean Shin for sure. Like everyone else, I'm not sure they wouldn't. You know, if Shin says I'm in, Ohan definitely will be like, yeah, this peasant spits on him like. I will not let you outshine. I will not let you shine a greater light than I of royalty, of magnificent status. You are beneath me, and thus I will show and prove to you that you are beneath me. And most of them will just be like, man, we're part of the same generation, so you know, let's just do that bidding, bro. So yeah, you know, they're good to go. Before you delve into the strategy in depth, I'd like to add something myself. Say! Like yeah, those two are like, oh! Shin was like, huh? Yo, bro, shit's... It's my homie, bro. It's my homie. Say it. He's like, yeah, I have to do that myself too. No need to kneel. He only does that to them. I'd like you to listen while we stand on equal terms. And he doesn't do that to Shin. I mean, they always talk on equal terms, so that's fine. This attack on you, like, it's basically just like, yeah, this is pivotal. Like, if you lot fail, we're dead. This attack on you will be a battle unprecedented in not only its importance, but also with respect to how harsh and brutal the fighting will be. But even so, it is nothing more than one of the many difficult trials that stand in the way of our path to unification. The three of you and your strength will be required further down the path as well. Do you understand me? Basically, don't get annihilated and win. The three of you must make your names roar throughout the lands in this battle and elevate yourselves to general. That's basically saying, you win this battle for us, you become a general. Like straight up, like you become a general. No matter what happens, you must not die here. Your words on ours. Everyone's like, yeah, boy. Shin's like, hey, nothing for you to worry about, say. And he's like, say, he doesn't even say king. Like, hey, bro, say what you say with your chest, bro, say. The three of us are gonna kick their asses so hard they won't know what hit them. I'll leave it in your hands, Shin. They're always like, don't touch me, you filthy peasant. Much like, yo, he knows the king. Damn, I need to. Hey, yo, Shin. Let's be friends, bro. Let's be friends, bro. You know the king, bro. Let's be friends, yo. Oh, hon, you little. Seriously, I'm gonna. It's true that the units led by these three are more important than your average force, but the big question is still, who will be the supreme commander who will oversee the entire... That's why you were brought in. That is what you're the strategist. That's why you were brought in. You know, those three are the commanders of the armies. That's why you were brought in. But the big question is still, who will be the supreme commander who will oversee the entirety of the Gyo invasion? For a battle of this difficulty, exactly who have you chosen for this task, Sensei? It's you. The supreme commander will be ... They're teasing us. It's gonna be 10. That's why 10 was brought in. Not just, you know, obviously all the other generals, they are the strategist. The Hishin unit, you know, 10 is obviously the strategist for them. But the reason why she was brought in, first of all, she's a student of his, a prodigy as well, and she would be making an excellent commander-in-chief, I'd say. Not like a you know, mano-a-mano kind of commander-in-chief, but I'm a commander-in-chief with my wits, commander-in-chief. At least that's what I think. Maybe I could be completely wrong here, and he's going to be the commander-in-chief himself. Who knows? I don't think he's going to be in charge, but still. Nietzsche, there's so many people. We're finally about to, yeah. Oh, I want to see the archers in battle too. Chapter 498, tensions of a large battle. My throat is dying. We're finally about to go to war. Towards the unification of China, the soldiers' energy and excitement covers the scene. Boom, boom, boom. The Chutaku unit is here. Boom. Kanto, it's finally time. Oh, I like that hair, bro. That's a that's cool hair. I don't mention it before, but I like that hair. Man, what's with this crazy hot atmosphere? It's hard to breathe. There's so many people out here. I find I might piss myself. That's why I told you to go earlier, you idiot. Pull yourself together, rookies. You've had plenty of training, so be confident and stand tall, for we are the He-Shin unit. Lieutenant Hosui! Ha! All things considered, it's a pretty large-scale army we've got going here. Yeah, the last time we saw something like this was during the Coalition Highest Command really going all out. Coalition High Command's really going all out, and if that's the case, then the $1,000,000 question is exactly who is the Supreme Commander that's going to be in charge of this huge army? Yeah. You heard anything about that, Lieutenant? No. I've been curious too, so I asked Shindon about it. Seemed like it's meant to be a secret until today, so he didn't. It's gonna be 10, isn't? It's the same for us. Ever since Kaio 10 and Shin got summoned by the chief, they've been a lot more tense. And the fact that they're going as far as keeping the commander's name under wraps for fear of info leaking out means that they must think this upcoming war. So actually, no, Kaio 10 is there. So who's the command? Is it Ace? That they must think this upcoming, or your town will be pretty nice. That they must think, I don't know. I think might be, I don't know. I don't know who would be a great commander in chief for this, for like a sneak attack kind of, quick attack kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe Osen. Sorry. I don't know. Or maybe they brought, Oki back from the grave and he's like, yo, I'm back. I'm a White Walker, I'm back. That they must think this upcoming war is going to be a pretty crazy one. Oh, it's the chief himself. We will hereby begin our invasion of Zhao's western border. It's the chief. I just said the chief just because I wanted to, but they're actually saying the chief. That's the chief of military affairs, so damn, I can't see. It really is Western Zhao. So the first up is Kokyo then. You know what? You need him. You need him on the battlefield. Against Riboku, you need him on the battlefield. It's just a fact of life. You need him. So it really is Western Zhao. So the first up is Kokyo. This battle will mark the beginning of our long-awaited all-out war against Zhao, a state that has long been a thorn in our sight. With their backs to the wall and nowhere to run, they'll be sure to frantically come at us with everything they have. But you must not allow yourself to yield even a single step, for our victory is assured, and we will raise Shin's flags high above the Zhao's land. Do you hear me? I can't wait. I can't wait. Moving on, I will now announce who's been... Wait. I will now announce who's been entrusted. Oh. So it is not him. By that, he means the Supreme Commander. Just who is it? She is quite out. Okay, here's my speculations before I scroll down, right? Let me just scroll all the way up. Yeah, 10 is there. Honestly, like for me, I know we haven't seen much of Osen, right? Osen is like to me he's the ultimate wild card. You lot say he's awesome. We've seen a bit of him. We haven't seen that much, right? So I can't really evaluate him. Mobu is an aggressive force kind of person, but I wouldn't say he's suitable for this. Honestly, Kanki, because as I was saying earlier, like let me just put that to like his troops in the last war, in a drop of the hat, well, not drop of the hat, I guess, with one whistle, they scattered like wild rabbits. And he doesn't really follow conventional tactics. So I think he would be great for this. But I feel like we've just had him. And I don't think they would like have us have the same commander-in-chief twice. So maybe, who have we not had? We've had Mobu, we've had To, we've had... It has to be Osen then. Like, he's the only general we haven't really followed. And that's why I think, just like so Shin gets like work on him, we get to know more about Osen. It's going to be Osen. Let's see though. Just going to come for... Kanki. Okay, it's Kanki again. Kanki, okay. I overthink things. Kanki, General Kanki, no way. We're fighting under him again. Yeah, I did it, boss. Amazing. Being made a commander of an army this big, the boss time has finally come to shine. Can't be helped. See, I feel like we've had Kanki, or anyway. I'm complaining. I don't want to complain. It can't be helped. He took down Kokyo after all. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. He took down the hills. If we're hitting the west, then it's natural for General Kanki to stay in command. Rumble, rumble. Next, we have another. Day 2. Oh, wow, we're having multiple come for. Let's go. Oh. I want to see Yotanwa and Kanki interact. Those two. Oh, Yotan, yes. I was hoping for you. I wasn't sure we'd get Yotan. Perfect. What? Everyone's like psyched, like, yes, let's go. Heki-sama fall from his mount. That's the queen of them. Oh, it's not there. Oh, there. Let's go. But with the giant, the giant rock as the leader in charge. Like, yeah, I've got my dual blade. We know his law. Do we still have what's the guy's name? The big ape thing that used to be, that used to be an enemy. What? Who are these guys? Are they with us? Can't see them. Is there anything over there? Oh, Kanki and them is gonna be perfect. Damn, look at the size of them. No idea what he's saying. And he's like, Klop, Baggio, Tajifu. Yeah, let's go. I'm really happy to be able to fight by your side. It's like, yo, bro, let's go. Let's do this. You've grown taller, Shin. You know it. The captain knows people from the mountain tribes. Wow, Shin. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Tajifu, you've learned our language. Good evening. That's all you can say. It's a bit off, but still. No, hang on a second, you bastards. What the hell is going on? Who the hell are they supposed to be? That's gonna be so. I like this. There's gonna be some awesome interactions. Kangi's gonna be like, yo, your time will come to me. Tom's gonna be like, yo, you want me to kill you, son? Look straight up. And also, if there's two, we're gonna have three, don't we? We have three separate groups. Ohan, oh, you know what? We won't have one gem. We have three. I like each of them is gonna lead their groups. Maybe I'm overthinking things. But who would be the third one? I think Kanki will go with I want to say, Kanki will go with Ohan. Your town will go with Shin, because I want to see like Shin with your town. But who would Moton have that in that case? I don't think his father. I think he would go with Osen. Yeah, that would be nice, Osen. Maybe I could be overthinking things, but he's the only one that kind of fits like this tribe like general leadership, and that's just because I haven't seen. Obviously, he isn't, because he's royalty. He's got not royalty, but he's a leader, or a lord. So I don't know. Wasn't the boss meant to be the supreme commander? He's right. What is the meaning of this? Are we setting out as two armies and no Kanki army and Mountain Army? It's not two this time. Where Kanki and Atama will serve as the commander of their respective armies, but not as the supreme commander of the entire attack force. That role falls to another. There's someone else. Who? Due to the grand scale that this war is to become, we shall be sending off 3 armies. Yeah, third one. Then this third army, and the third general will be the supreme commander. That's right. Osen. I was spot on. I was actually spot on. Oh, we gotta find some. We're getting some Osen now. Woohoo, the mask boy. I mean, to be fair, every time he's been in a war, he's been super solid. He's been the General Osen, the supreme. Oh, and it's like, father. We're gonna get some. Yes. I was hoping for this, because now I can see if the hype is true. Oh, he could be one of the 6 great generals if he was one in that Finera, just as Kanki. Haha. Kanki's like, yeah, I could definitely be. Like, Kanki's like, oh, sneaky. Osen has been like, I'm Osen. You don't really know me. I don't really know you. We're cool. So I want to see Osen go all out. I want to see what he can do. Supreme Commander. You know damn well that's gonna be enough. I know I'm speaking a lot, but that's because I'm hyped. You know damn well he's gonna be the commander-in-chief. Sorry, that's gonna be my thumbnail. That's what I mean. Oh, they must be Osen, Shindona. Then does this mean, yeah, our attack on Zhao this time? Osen, Kanki, Yotanwa. A joint invasion between 3 entire armies. That is how important it. But isn't Yotanwa, just saying, like I know Osen is like the commander-in-chief right now, and obviously he's got the hype to be one of the 6 great, to be a great commander, basically. But isn't Yotanwa the highest ranked here? She's like the highest rank alongside Mobu. Just saying. But I want to see this. This my alright, I'm just speaking from hype here. Obviously, hype. That's all it is right now. Hype, right? But let me humor my hype right now. What if with these 3 armies, that means we're gonna get a big concentrated look on these 3 armies. So I'm saying, could we have a better arc than Coalition. I'm just saying, just putting that out there, okay? Don't ignore me. Don't quote this tweet. Not tweet. Don't quote what I'm saying. But you know, with this focus on Osen, Yotanwa, and Kanki, could we have an arc that could potentially be a rival Coalition army and be even better? Who knows? What view do those self-assured eyes are always seen as eyes? You can't really make a judgment of the eyes. You don't know the rest of his face. A special color title page just before we hit 500 chapters. Oh, hitting the 50. Oh. No, it's the Osen army. Boom, boom, boom. Hooray for the Osen army. Boom. We're counting on you. Boom. Mountain tribes. Boom. Instead of cheering, how about letting us have a go with your daughters? No. That's the Kanki army. Beat the show again. Young. Yeah, Kokoro-sama. Oh man, Nichan, we're setting off from you. You two are prodigies. Like, once you've been in 1 or 2 wars, you're gonna know that you're prodigies. Calm down, Tan. There's the Hishin unit after all. I feel like one of them is gonna die because they're both equally good archers. I'm just saying. Anyway, make sure you march properly, you lot. You're to 10s, Kanto. I guess we've become a pretty big deal about 2 now. Yeah, back in the day, we'd lazily set up from any old planes. Lieutenant 10! They're like, where's the shin hype, bro? Where's the shin hype? 10. Long time no see. Heck it, bro. They seem to be doing well. Same to you. So they even recalled you all the way from the south. Aye, that's just how big the scale is. I mean, it's the first step of conquering China. You'd assume it's a big scale war. I heard there's going to be around 200,000 in total. Not counting the coalition war, this will be the biggest one yet in the last 10... that doesn't sound that impressive. You said in forever. Okay, I'm like, yeah, but in the last 10 years? Okay, that's still neato. While the sheer numbers were surprising, I was most shocked by the fact that this will be a joint force comprised of the Osen and Kanki armies as well as the mountain tribes. I heard that it happened occasionally during the Shin 6 era, but this will be the first since those days. That's not the only thing that has me worried. My lord and the rest of High Command has been given off a strange, tense atmosphere. I'm fairly certain that this Western Zhao campaign will turn out to be a war that exceeds all of 10 no's. Agreed, so it's true. They said on that day that only the 3 generals and us had been informed about the Gyo attack to prevent any leaks. Seemed like it's really the case. Yeah, okay, don't spill the beans. Wow, it's General Osen! General Osen is here, the Supreme Commander. Right next to the strategist, the ultra strategist, General Osen. I want to see how good he is as a strategist now, because like we've seen him debate people, we've seen him trick people and so on and so forth. But like against, you have to think it's against Riboku ultimately. That's ultimately what's going to happen. Like once Riboku smells what's going on with Gyo, Riboku is going to become active. So this is really going to determine how good he is. General Osen, what are your thoughts, Ten, about the man who will lead us, or who will be leading us? Do you think General Osen is the correct choice? If I'm being honest, I can't bring myself, because you were used as his pawn, because you were his pawn in that one trick, like, oh yeah, you're tricking them, no, I'm letting them trick you so that I can trick them, Granted, there was the way he treated me during the Battle of Sanju. But that man's eyes give even his supposed allies a sense of unease. Shoei-kun, I mean, even if the chief confessed that he had reservations about Osen's morals. Yeah, what? Then why choose him to be the Supreme Commander? Because inside Osen's lies a strength that more than makes up for that. Oh my. His talent was even acknowledged by Kosho of the 6 generals. Did you say Kosho of the 6 great generals? He was the only truly pure strategist of this. Oh my! So a strategist on par. Well, I can't say outright a strategist, but like a strategist on that sort of level. We saw him, constructing a fortified defense very quickly. Unlike the other 5 who built their legends on their martial prowess, Kosho was the only one who climbed his way up by virtue of the strategical genius alone. Though the 6 generals of Shin were all granted the right to wage war freely as they saw fit, some say that in actuality it was Kosho who devised the grand scheme of things, and that the other 5 were his appendages. What? That's amazing! And it was under Kosho that I studied the military arts. Now, really? Okay, and I recall that at one point in the past, he said to me that as far as Osen is concerned, When it comes to strategical acuity alone, he could be considered to be equal to the same. Hey, oh my. Okay, that's the hype. That's the hype portion done. We had the hype now, right? We had the hype previously when it was said that he could be a sixth-grade general, but that's the hype certified, stamp, put on. Alright, we have the hype. Now show it to me. Show it to me. Against Riboku. If you can do it against Riboku, you can do it against anyone. If you can do it against Riboku, I'll take my statements away saying, Kanki is more impressive than you. I'll take my statement away and say, you know what? You are a legend. Not I am legend, you are legend. That's all I'm going to say, alright? Prove it. It's up to you. Up to you. Up to you. Prove it to me. What? General Ocean is that much of a... But hang on. Kosh of the Six is a figure of quite a few years past. If he held Ocean, that was when he was young. If he held Ocean in high regards even that many years ago, then might even be above that. Then the current General Ocean must be, sir, you need to wrap it up. Alright. Even more, oh my. Even more hype. 10. We'll probably see each other again on a march. For now, just tell Shin to be on his guard. Okay. Kaio 10. We're near the end. Gotcha. Let's go. As for the plan for the attack on Gyo, we shared with you before. Depending on how the battle goes, he may discard it as he see fit. He trusts him that much that he's like, you know what? I'm a strategist. I come up with all this good stuff, right? But you know what? If you need to change it, I trust that you're smart enough to know what to do. What? Just casually dropping that plan we spend so much time and effort on. It's not that we lack confidence in the plan itself, but simply that simply that staying flexible is of the greatest. Exactly. That's why you've got this army. That's why I thought Kanki makes a ton of sense. Your Tanwa makes great sense as well. Osen, now that we have the strategist hype as well, makes a ton of sense as well. It just goes to show how many unknown factors may affect the battle on Gyo. We trust you to make the appropriate decisions as the situation develops. Understood. Then we leave it all in your capable hands, General Osen. Chief, if I may make one request of you before we set out. What's his request? We're switching away, so are we going to find out? Who knows? It's so popular, huh? Shin, what's he doing over there? It's the captain. It's Shin. Oh, sorry about this, making you all come all the way out here. Say, Fu. He just casually just going up to say, like, yo, say, bro, how you doing, man? Yo, yeah. My homeboy. Everyone's like, all the newcomers are like, it's the king. Who's that noble? Seems awfully chummy with the captain. Idiot! Your Majesty! Yeah, they're like, huh? Your Majesty? You see, don't go kneeling there. You'll back up the procession, as you were. Hurry up and get moving. That's not for you to say. This is a surprise. You're not champing at the bits as much as I expected. Ha! He's like, yeah. Do not to the yo, imagine that's just somebody that came from started from the bottom now. Yeah, like somebody that came from the gutter, the absolute gutter. It's like, yo, king, bro. Hey, in front of all these people that are trained all their lives, that wear in a capital all their lives, royal lords and all this so on and so forth. It's like, yo, king, yo, my homeboy dog. Yeah. We're cool, bro. You're not champing at the bits as much as I expected. Because I figured that the real critical wars like this one were going to come sooner or later anyway. And it's not like it will be the last one either. Well, I say that, but once it actually starts, things will always get real hectic. Anyway, enough about that stuff. What about the thing I asked you? What thing? No, what thing? No need to worry. Here it comes now. Oh, could it be? I'll take off the, make sure you're holding it properly. You got it. Oh, we're going. Oh, we're going. Oh, oh, no. Oh. Is he ready? Of course he's ready. Of course he's ready. Shin. Yeah. It's General Oki's. I want to make this my thumbnail. Oh, you know damn well. I'm making both of them my thumbnail. I'm taking half this and using that as the other. Oh, damn well. Inherited Dream in a Hand. I didn't even read the chapter title until now, or maybe I read it and just completely skipped it. We're chapter 499. You guys, finally, Shin's taking up this is going to be his general procession. This is going to be the war that's going to make him a general. Finally, Shin's taking up the general's glaives. Makes sense. Ordinary ones can't stand up to his strength anymore. Bihei, how is it, Shin? Now that you're actually holding your hands, yeah. Back then, so many things happened at once which overwhelmed me, so I didn't notice at the time. But now, after feeling it in my hand again, it really is incredibly heavy and incredibly warm. I made a joke about, damn it, I never made a joke about Oki before, but now he's in actually the chat there, but I made a joke about him earlier. Coincidences, right? Coincidences. Delve into and overcome strife and carnage together with your men, Shin. Yeah, I understand, General. Think you can use it properly, Shin? If I tried to use it right away, I'd probably be the one that gets swung around. No choice but to slowly get used to it as I go. What's the hold up, Shin Donor? You're holding up the rear. Ah, Your Majesty. Looks like I better get moving then, say. Shin, as always, I shall be waiting for news of your success. You got it. Just you watch. This glaive and I will claim Okay, City Boy. Alright, hey, bro. Last war when you said, okay, I'm gonna take the Commander in Chief's head, you actually did it. But hey, Riboku, hey. I think that's a bit much. I think that's a tiny little, a smidge too much. You know what? You'll become a general after this war. I fully expect that. But Riboku, hey, it makes actually not how to think about it. Riboku was the one that took out Oki essentially. I mean Hoken, but it was really Riboku. So, oh my goodness, makes sense. Oh my god. Let's go. I want this. I want this more than anything right now. All right, he's in unit. Move out. Oh. We've reached 500, folks. We've reached chapter 500. We've reached chapter 500 chapters of Kingdom. You know when I started? It was like 2 years ago, right? It's been a long journey. Oki, damn, that Oki versus Hoken fight, yo. Yeah. Oh, you're friggin' had the Kyukai versus Hoken fight. I am the Bushin. Ton. Oh. But nah, 5, the glaive. The glaive of destiny, basically. The glaive of destiny. Now we have these 3 armies: Kanki, Yotanwa, and Osen. 11th year of reign, the combined forces of the Osen, Kanki, and Yotanwa armies set forth for the land of Zhao. A gigantic tidal wave of military might sets forth for Zhao, and it begins. Soldiers on a warpath. Zhao Western Front, Buaku Castle. Gallop, my lord! Urgent news, a huge force has just departed from Kanji. It begins. The leaders are Kanki, Osen, as well as the rulers of Shin Western Mountain Tribes, Yotanwa. We believe all of them are making for Kokyo. The 3 whole armies heading for Kokyo. The Western Mountain Tribes must be the same Kokyo, eh? Must be the same ones that showed up at Sai. Their numbers, we believe, up to 200,000. 200,000? That's more than 3 times what they sent to the Battle of Kokyo, Riboku-sama. It would appear that Shin's chief of military, the good Showaken, has realized how fatal it would be for Shin when the Western campaign should turn into a quagmire and has decided to gamble everything on his first strike. A most wise decision. Not exactly the time to be complimenting the enemy. Kanki, Osen, and the ruler of the mountains. Each one of them sounds like a real pain in the ass to deal with. But on the other hand, should we repel them, this would prove to be a colossal blow to Shin. This battle will make or break everything. Kane, I need you to rearrange a messenger to Kantan, requesting the deployment of General Kocho. Oh, why? What's the plan here? General Kocho? You wish for the guardian deity of the royal capital to come out here to do... Oh, that's big praise. The enemy has wagered every last scrap of resources at their disposal on this expedition. Then perhaps we should also summon Kisui of Rigan, who was sent to Castle Kai. Indeed. Kai, see to it that Kisui also makes his way here. Post-8. Yes, sir. Wait, now things are getting interesting. Fute, you are to oversee the transfer of 10,000 troops from Castle Kaku behind us to here. Gotcha. I shall gather information along the front lines while we wait for everyone to assemble. Clack. Riboku was like, what's going on? I can't say that name. Sun Shui-chu. Be sure to pay special attention to the flow of the enemy's food supplies. Supplies, eh? As well as the amount. Obtain a good picture of that, and the enemy's intentions will also become clear, as you say. They know. Of course, it's Riboku. Shindono, I'm looking for Kaio 10. Have you seen her? Shindono. What? Can you keep it down? Ensign? A man's trying to enjoy his time with a great general's glaive, you know. You'll be a great general soon, my boy. So you won't need to say that anymore. You'll just be like, I'm a great general. I'm the dog. yeah, you're not a great general, but I am. 10's behind us to the rear. The rear? Just talking to your town, we're like, hello, how you doing? We're both women here. Hi. I know that the Haitian Union's been attached under the Tanwa army, but we're the type that needs a certain degree of freedom to exhibit our true capabilities. So were you to come up with a plan that needs to be stuck to precisely, it would probably be best not to base it around the Haitian Union and its center. You came to me so soon just to say that, huh? Yeah, I figured the earlier the better. No need to worry. I've heard that your unit isn't suited to that sort of thing. There you go. Eh, really? All the same, all of you have grown into quite the figures, haven't you? At our first meeting, yeah, it was just the three of you who came to seek my help. Exactly, and now you've got this whole squad behind you. You mean four? Hecky was there too. Is that so? Hecky's like, huh? Back then, for myself, it goes without saying, but I bet even in their wildest dreams, Shin and Sei would never have imagined things turning out. I think they would. I think they most. So Shin definitely. Shin was like straight from the get-go, I'm going to become a great giant of the heavens. Ace was like straight away, I'm going to conquer all of China. So I think those two definitely. You think, exactly, your Tanwa even says that. You think so? When I saw Sei's as old as a year ago, I was inclined to think that he would come this far. I will become the first king to unify everyone in these lands. Really now? Then I guess it's really, what's the Kanki army rearguard doing over there? We left such a big gap before following them into the North Passage, and we caught you. Why are they so slow? Good grief, what are they doing? We really can't afford to drag our feet on this campaign either. No, the Kanki's army speed is most certainly not slow. If anything, it's more than the Haitian unit who is... If it's anything, it's more that the Haitian unit who is serving as the mountain army vanguard is just simply that fast. That's how much they stepped up, Kaio 10. You need to stop being so tense. Out of all of those who know of the attack on Gyo, you and Shobunkun have been on edge the most. When you act unnaturally antsy like that, it's guaranteed to be passed down onto your soldiers as well, where it will also be picked up by the enemy. Good. And let the experienced warfare leader talk to you. I'm sure you know already, this attack on Gyo consists of acting as if we plan to hit western Zhao from Kokyo, baiting them into concentrating their offenses to the west, and then suddenly changing, heading midway, striking our way deep into the royal capital's territory in a single push. Basically debating them. If they were to quickly notice our feint and move to instead fortifying the royal capital's defenses, then it will become nigh impossible for us to get anywhere near Kantan or Gyo. In other words, we need a good feint. The very first phase of this battle will be how long we can keep Riboku in the dark as to our true target of Gyo. It is only until we switch headings from Kokyo to Gyo that time and speed become of the essence. And until that moment comes, we should not give off any impressions of being overly twitchy. Kanki's like, I'm like twitchy. What does that mean? I'm just like, hey. Ultim's like, nobody can see anything of what I'm doing anyway because I've got a mask on here. Which is why you must. Shin is like, glaive. Like, he's like, yeah, cool, very coolio. Which is why you must put on airs as if this were any other battle. A fortress lies sure to have Zhao insiders mixed in amongst us. That makes sense. For our opponent is a Riboku after all. The battle has already begun, Kaio 10. Yeah. Thanks for the advice, Yotanwa. Kinan. Shin Supply Transfer, all being watched. Shin Supply Transfer Depot to Kinna, located roughly 5 days away from Kokyo. Everyone's being watched, clearly a spy, that guy. Just as Yutama predicted, of course. By this point, there were already Zhao soldiers who had infiltrated the ranks of Shin's military. Not only that, but there were also Zhao insiders who had wormed their way into the supply convoys that preceded the actual army. Report! Food supplies have been continuously arriving from the inner Shin regions. All supplies from the castle towns and their regions have been directed to Ryuka and Kinan, where convoys have been making trips to and from Kokyo. Are you absolutely certain? Yes, sir. It matches up with our insider report. Our informant claims that over 50,000 stone of food is being sent to Kokyo. Zhao had obtained a crystal clear picture of Shin's supply line. 50,000 stones would be just about right for the 200,000 soldiers that were reported. If they're sending all that food to Kokyo, then all three Shin armies must intend to enter Kokyo first before spreading out and beginning their attacks. The Shin are, without a doubt, intending to invade us from Kokyo. Send that to Riboku-sama along with the reporters now. Yes, sir. Shin Depot Kinan. Inside Kinan, a top-secret underground facility. That's about it for this one. Take the rest to number 2. Pull. With full ear too. Head for free. Just a bit more. However, don't forget to pad the bottom. They'll be too heavy if we just fill the whole thing up with dirt. And these ones are full. That's good. inside this underground facility that was created 3 months ago. The incoming stores of food were emptied out and instead carefully refilled with dirt and wood, the same weight before being sent out once again. Aye. Alright, they planned us out. Alright, pull her up. The supply line stretching to Tokyo that had been spotted by the Zhao was in fact entirely fake. Debate. The real stockpile of food was instead being accumulated here at Kinnan. Woo! Look at all that good stuff. Shin's machinations had already been set in motion since long ago. Hey, let's go. Let's go. I'm not gonna read this omaki. As you all know, once you're caught up, I'll go back and read every single one of them, all of these special chapters. But we've reached 500 chapters, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached a huge milestone with Kingdom. I like it. Shin's wearing the glaive. We're getting to see Osen. Osen has that strategy, the knowledge type, the knowledge. I didn't think he had the knowledge type, and I like how. Basically, what they're saying is he could be Riboku 2.0. That's basically what they said. Like, oh yeah, he could be one of the 6th grade generals. That's what they said back in the day when he was a freshman, when he was younger. Now it's like, oh my, maybe Riboku plus. Oh my, and Riboku was basically the mastermind behind the coalition army. This could be Riboku plus, and his thing is that he wants to eventually take over Shin. That's the whole story behind him. So he's gonna be a big threat. Like, basically, like, once you get rid of Riboku, it's going to be a big threat against Riboku. So, Shin has the glaive. Oki's glaive. Is going to take down Riboku with that glaive? I don't think so. But I will be looking forward to seeing what happens. We've reached 500 chapters. It's actually a tremendous milestone. First of all, I know there are a few of you that have started this with me. When I say started, what I mean is I've been here, since like the early days. And you know what? I truly appreciate that. I truly appreciate all of you being here. And what I will say is that thank you very much for this long journey. Even if you have not been here since the beginning, still thank you very much for this journey. It's been a tremendously long journey. Granted, I recognize that, and we're going to be caught up probably in about a year's time. So not anytime soon. Probably in 4, 5, 6 months, and by that time, another 4 months worth of chapters will probably be out. So I fully recognize that, it's going to still take time. It's still going to take time. But regardless, I do appreciate everyone that has been here, part of this journey. Let's see how this journey continues. Hopefully by the time we catch up, Shin is a general. Maybe not a great general, but a general nonetheless. That's all I'm going to say now, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you all next time, everyone. Until then, have a nice day. Peace out, everyone, and bye. Let's start this war, this battle of tactical greatness. Let's see how it goes forth. Anyway, until then, ladies and gentlemen, peace out, have a nice day, and bye.